live for the showcase event with the first race of the Volkswagen Polocup. You've got young Chennai hopeful Vishnu Prasad is on pole position and not much separates him from the current leader Karthik Shankar. And with Sailesh Bolasetti also close on his heels, there's everything to race for.
21 drivers on the grid, including the guest driver, and it's Vishnu Prasad who starts off on the pole position. Right behind him, of course, is Sailesh Bolasetti, another challenger for the title. Munjal Savla of Mumbai is on P3, followed by Sahil Sheller of Pune. Vikas Anand of Chennai is on P5, and Delhi lad Karthik Shankar making up the top 6. And a lot of people turning out to watch this race. 21 drivers and all, they're off. Boy, oh boy, you've also got the guest driver there, but I'll talk about him later. I think there's a car stalled on the grid, and that, of course, was Ame Bafana in car number 1 on P12. I think he's finally got his car going, but definitely slipping down the positions. And as we speak, in the lead quite comfortably is Vishnu Prasad. Sailesh Bolasetti right behind him now, closing down the gap as this first lap unfolds. Remember, these drivers will have to do 20 laps in all in this Volkswagen JK Tyre Polocup race. Remember, Bolasetti had won first 2 races of round 1, had staked a claim on the title, and then you had Karthik Shankar's consistent performance over the next round that thrust him into the championship lead. Vishnu Prasad's not too far out in this equation in the top 3 in terms of the overall standings, so he'd be very keen to convert this into a win. A pole position start in this race means a lot, but Sailesh Bolasetti is right behind him. Munjal Savla is in 3rd place still, followed by Sahil Sheller, who is in car number 4, right behind him in position 4. As this race unfolds, they've held up some of the other drivers, I have to say, because you've got the mid-pack really bunched up together. There's really no challenge for the top 4. That's where the real tussle is on, and you can see very, very clearly. Oh, Sailesh Bolasetti surging ahead, taking the inside line of the corner. He's shot into the lead, smooth and easy. That was done as clean as a whistle. Sailesh Bolasetti takes the lead for the first time in this race. Vishnu Prasad, a tiny driving error as he went wide on the corner. Braked a little late and went wide. Sailesh saw the opportunity and just sneaked through that open gate that Vishnu had left. And that really was very smart thinking indeed. Very cleanly done. He's got the lead. I think he'd like to stay on and hold on to it. Vishnu Prasad is in 2nd place. He doesn't want to give up without a fight. And in 3rd position, at a fair distance, is Munjal Savla. You've also got Sahil Sheller behind him. And remember, the grid is pretty interestingly packed because you've got Parth Ghorpade, Karthik Shankar, Mohammad Fahad Kuti, Samyak Shah. They're all in this fray, trying to make sure they catch up on positions, including the only girl on the grid. That, of course, is Alisha Abdullah. And she'd be very keen to finish in the top 10, if not higher. But let's see how this race unfolds for her as well. Talking about the guest driver that we've got for this race, it's Harman Madon, who's come in from Pune. Writes for Motorsports magazine, and he's the 21st driver on the grid, making up the total number of 21, including the 20 drivers that were shortlisted after an extensive program that was conducted by Volkswagen and JK Tyre. And really, I think it's unearthed some great talent in this country. But as we speak, look at what's happening here. They're running into the back markers, are they? I think these drivers will have to be very careful now because they're amongst the back markers. 22 is the guest driver, Harman Madon. Oh, he just slams on the brakes late, but in time to ensure that the race leader, that's Sailesh Bolasetti, goes through unscathed and unhurt. Oh, that was really close. Vishnu Prasad is in 2nd place. But as we speak, we've seen a change in positions. 3 and 4. In 3rd place is Sahil Sheller. In 4th place is Savla. And let's see how this race ends. It's going to be a checkered flag for none other than Sailesh Bolasetti. Vishnu Prasad comes in 2nd. Sahil Sheller is 3rd. And of course, the fastest lap time being clocked by Bolasetti of 1 minute, 16.996 seconds. What a race indeed. Munjal Savla having to settle for 4th, along with Parth Ghorpade and Karthik Shankar in 5th and 6th positions. It's Prithviraj Siddhappa, head of Motorsport Volkswagen India, who presents the winners with their trophies.
Last round, actually, I was not quite up to the mark. I was quite slow. But I did my homework. I got the lines right on the track, and finally I was able to get it.
All good things come to those who wait. The Volkswagen Polocup is the last race of the day. Now, Sailesh Bolsetti stole the show in the first race. Can he pull off a double like he did in Pune? But to do so, he'll have to overcome the reverse brake first. Let's find out.
It's good to see Mumbai's Samyak Shah on pole position for this race. He's followed by Vikas Anand, the youngest driver on the grid. He's just 17 years old. And then, of course, you've got Karthik Shankar of Delhi, followed by Parth Gorpade, Munjal Savla and Sahil Shella making up the top 6. There's Vishnu Prasad, Sailesh Bolsetti, Mohammad Fahad Kuti and Alisha Abdullah in the top 10 as well. Remember, Alisha is the only woman driver on the grid in these 21 cars that are on the grid. They're off. Remember, 20 drivers shortlisted for the Volkswagen VW Polocup. One invitational guest driver, that's Harman Madho, in this race as the cars zoom down the straight at the Gari Motor Speedway, heading into C1. Good start for Samyak Shah. He's held up the challenge. Look at that. Vishnu Prasad in that car going very wide on the corner. He was at one moment jumping the gun, and in 5th place was Vishnu in car number 3, and then braked very late, went off the track onto the gravel, and he's lost a few positions. There's Vishnu as he tries to get a foothold back into this race, but no problems for Samyak Shah in your picture frames at the moment in car number 18. The race leader started the race on pole position. In 2nd place was the young Vikas Anand, who's now been overtaken by Karthik Shankar in car number 11. And as we speak, it's not even Karthik, but the young Parth Gorpade in the red car, number 2, who is in 2nd place. Coming down the straight at the end of lap 1 is a tussle on for 3rd between Vikash, between, of course, Karthik Shankar, and don't forget Sailesh Bolsetti there as well as they come around C2. Oh! A very, very brave move there from Parth Gorpade, taking the inside line just as he saw Samyak Shah going wide. He's gone on and taken the lead. And Samyak just barely managed to avert a collision by swerving his car to the left. So Parth Gorpade, that little dangerous bit of driving, a little risk that he took, has actually paid off. He's in the lead. Tell you what, in hindsight, you'd say a pretty neat overtaking maneuver. Look at what's happening here with Sailesh Bolsetti. He has moved into 3rd place. So boy, this race is beginning to open up and throw up a very interesting set of possibilities. Parth in the lead, Samyak Shah in 2nd. Well, you've got Sailesh Bolsetti in 3rd, but he can't really rest on his laurels in car number 10, Sailesh Bolsetti, purely because you've got a young Mohammad Fahad Kuti coming up behind him. And as we speak, oh, Sailesh now overtakes Samyak Shah. What is Samyak Shah doing? That's the 2nd time in this race that he's been overtaken on the inside line. So that just tells you a bit about the racing line that he's leaving, and the other drivers are actually capitalizing on it. First it was Parth, now Sailesh Bolsetti. So probably the 2 things that he needs to figure out here. Is he braking too late, leaving that inside line, going wide on the tight corners? And that's when people are overtaking him. Probably he just needs to get his act together. And now he's got Mohammad Fahad Kuti literally going bumper to bumper. Oh, trying to use the slipstream there. Is Samyak Shah going to make the same mistake, or can he hold on to that 3rd place that he's got at the moment? Boy, down the straight, look at this. What is Samyak going to do? Is he going to hold on? Is he going to hold on to that 3rd place? Boy, the pressure is definitely on this young lad from Mumbai, Samyak Shah. And I tell you what, he's wilted under pressure twice. He'd love to put things right. But the race leader, oh, once again as we speak, I was just about to talk about Parth Gorpade, and there you see inside line overtaking maneuver by young Fahad Kuti, but somehow just going too far wide. He's just held off the challenge. These two are going bumper to bumper at each other now once again. Samyak Shah makes the mistake, goes wide once again, leaves his racing line, and Mohammad Fahad Kuti darts in like a fish who's just going for a kill. He just makes that move, gets into 3rd place, and Samyak Shah, 3 times out of 3, he has been overtaken on that inside line. Probably that's something that he's going to look at once this race is over and see where he went wrong. But Parth Gorpade comfortably in the lead. This young lad, we've seen a lot of him on the karting circuit. Good to see him do well, not just here in the Volkswagen VW Polocup, but also the Formula Roll-Ons, where he's definitely making a mark. But at the moment, in the lead is the young Parth Gorpade. He is going to take the checkered flag. Great finish for him. Sailesh Bolsetti notches up a podium finish as well. And there's, of course, Mohammad Fahad Kuti coming in 3rd. So good to see Sailesh Bolsetti back on the podium after a disappointing round 2. And he's, of course, leading the Drivers' Championships as well. It's Mr. Sanjay Sharma, head of motorsport, JK Tyre, presenting the winners with the trophy.